Okay, so today we're having a showdown between two headphones that both MSRP around $300. The Beats Solo 3 on-ear wireless and the Sennheiser Momentum on-ear wireless. You can see them here. As you can see, the Beats are, the ones I have here are a glossy black plastic finish. The Sennheiser Momentums, on the other hand, do have much more premium build materials with aluminum band and ear cups, as well as a very rock solid leather headband. The Beats here do have very soft ear cups, though much softer than those of the Sennheiser Momentums. The Sennheiser Momentum ear cups are a little on the hard side. But I would say that the Sennheisers do feel more solid overall as headphones. Although the Beats aren't terrible, they're not as bad as you might expect an all-plastic build to be. So let's go ahead and take a look at both of these headphones, and for $240, let's see which ones kind of went out here. Okay, so as I had said, we have two headphones here: the Sennheiser Momentums on-ear wireless and the Beats by Dre Solo 3 on-ear wireless as well. Both of these, I said they both retail for around $300. The Momentums actually retail for $50 more than that. Their actual retail price is $349, whereas the Beats are $299. However, at the time I got these both, I was able to get them. They both cost me about $240 after tax. Give or take a couple of dollars. So $240 for both of these is right about what I paid for them. I think it was maybe $6 or $7 more I ended up paying for the Sennheisers, but pretty much the same price at the current moment. $240 for both of these is right what it came to. So we're just looking at a smackdown between two headphones in the same price range, both on-ear, both wireless. One thing the Sennheisers do have that the Beats don't have is active noise canceling. And maybe that's why they retail for $50 more. However, the active noise canceling in these Sennheisers isn't... Have you ever tried, let's say, the Bose QC35s? And the kind of noise canceling those have, where it's almost like, if you ever went into the store and tried those on and put them on, it's like a vacuum seal around your ears. Like you almost feel like a sucking sensation in your ears. You don't get that with these. And that may be a good thing if you don't like the way that feels. I know that makes some people not, that makes me kind of nauseous when that happens. It's almost like you're in an airplane and it's taking off. You don't get that with the noise cancellation in these is actually very, very little noise cancellation. It's just like a slight minor, like white noise in the background, like a tiny bit of like a hissing sound. It's not so much that it detracts from the sound of the music. You can't notice it at all when music is playing. You can only tell when you put them on and nothing's playing yet. There is a slight hiss, but it's not much. And honestly, if you're looking for noise canceling headphones and that's like a big thing that you want, I would look elsewhere because these really don't. It's very minor. Like I said, it's a slight white noise. And yes, compared to the Beats, the Sennheisers do have a little bit more. When I put these on, for example, I have the furnace running in my house here. I can still hear the air coming through the vents when the Beats are on and no music is playing. When I have the Sennheiser Momentums on and no music is playing, it actually cancels out the sound of that air blowing through the vents. However, on both of these, once you start playing music, you're not going to hear anything. So really, they both pretty much perform the same. Once music's playing, I guess you could say the Sennheisers are a teeny bit more, but these both do a really good job at blocking out sound. The Beats might do that more passively so, since they don't have any kind of like hiss in the background, but I would say it's really... the noise cancellation on the Sennheisers is pretty negligible. Okay, so don't let that be a make it or break it point for you. What else? So yeah, the aesthetic on these guys. I honestly think they both look nice. Now, clearly the Sennheisers here, they make a little bit more of a statement. this is kind of like a preferred taste. They kind of have like a retro sort of look to them, like a retro looking feel with the you got your exposed wire right here, the exposed metal, leather. So definitely not everyone is going to be a fan of the way these look. Okay, they're definitely a subjective look. If you're kind of old school, if you're kind of nerdy and geeky and into that kind of look, you're probably going to love these. I actually really like these. I like these. I like the aesthetic of these. But, you know, some people wouldn't be caught dead wearing something that looked like this. I understand that. So these are way more subjective looking as far as looks go. The Beats, on the other hand, are kind of just your more standard, streamlined headphone look. Okay, they're a glossy black plastic. Some people might not like glossy black. They might think that it kind of cheapens it up. And if that's what you're afraid of, they do make these in a matte black. And I actually do kind of prefer the matte black better myself. But at the time, I was able to get these glossy blacks at a discounted price down from the MSRP, whereas the matte blacks were still going for the full $299. I didn't see it worth paying an extra $80 just to get a slightly different shade of black, so I went with the glossy blacks. But I do agree that the matte blacks kind of do have a slightly, I don't know, maybe more understated look. But I do like the glossy. It does look good, though. It does look good. It does match my other glossy black electronics. That seems to be a huge trend these days in electronics, is to make them glossy and black. Most of the electronics I have are that way. My TV is glossy black. My monitor is glossy black. A couple other random things like battery chargers I have are all glossy black. That's just something that the electronics industry likes to do. But they do look all right. They look good. They do. They're sleek and they look good. The only thing, the glossy, you're going to get a ton of fingerprints. Yeah, like I said, the build quality on these, though, I mean, you're not getting all that, like, hardy leather and aluminum. It does feel pretty plasticky. Which is a little concerning to me. However, people have been saying that I guess these headphones don't fall apart really. Not like the Beats of the early days used to. The new Apple-owned Beats seem to have improved in quality, and I will say, I mean, there is metal on these. Like right here is the track that adjusts the headphones that moves up and down. That is metal. So at least we don't have a plastic track there. I don't think the metal, though, continues all the way through the headband. I'm not sure if it does. I don't think it does, though. I think it actually is just attached to the headband, and the headband is plastic. Although, from what I hear from people, the headbands don't normally have a tendency to snap in these Beats. And I kind of believe that, looking at the in-store, if you go to Best Buy and you look at their displays of headphones, pay close attention to the condition of the headband on the display units. If you notice little micro fractures in them or just flat out broken headbands in the display units in the store, well, then you know pretty well that if you go home, if you buy one of these headphones and take them home with you, you're probably going to have the same thing happen to you. If the store units can't even hold up to being tried on occasionally by people in the store, your unit's definitely not going to hold up. And I find this with JBL. I would never buy JBL headphones again. I did have them at one point, but the headband snapped. And even looking, that was about 5 years ago, but even looking today at modern JBL headphones in store, I noticed almost all of them have little fractures in the headbands, and that's a bad sign. JBL just can't get it right. Their products, their headbands and their headphones just always snap apart. However, looking at the in-store displays of the Beats, I didn't notice any signs of micro fractures or any stress going on in the headbands at all. So that's a little bit encouraging. I mean, I will say it, all plastic construction. I mean, a lot of headphones are made out of all plastic. If you look at, even Bose are made out of all plastic, although it does feel maybe a little bit more durable. But I don't know. I wish these were more metal and like leather, but they are what they are. And honestly, they should hold up. It's not a horrible, flimsy plastic. It does have some weight to it. When I flex these, they don't make like a gross creaking sound or nothing. So I definitely do have more confidence in the Sennheisers with the rock solid metal. Even the ear cups are aluminum. And the leather, I mean, these Sennheisers, I would say, could last for 100 years. I mean, even if the speakers in them broke, at least the band itself would last for a long time. I'm not sure I have that same level of confidence with the Beats, but they don't feel horribly cheap. They do. And I will say, one area where the Beats win, and this is kind of getting into comfort, the ear cups on these, very soft ear cups, if you can see this. Definitely a soft, like, I don't know if it's real leather or faux vinyl leather or whatever, but they're definitely soft. Whereas the Sennheisers are built very rock hard and rock solid, but that's kind of a bad thing when it comes to their ear cups, because they are pretty hard. Now, I don't know, over time, if you wear these, they might soften up over time, but I don't know, just straight out of the box, they're pretty hard and not as comfortable long-term wearing as you would have for the Beats. One thing I will say is I think that Sennheisers do stay a tad bit cooler on your ears, being that it's like a suede sort of material. Well, it's actually Alcantara. Alcantara, that's what they call it. It's like that, if you have like a luxury car, that's what they usually line the headrests with. But it's like a suede sort of velvety material. And it does stay kind of cooler on the ears. The leatherish material on the Beats does get a little bit warmer over time, but I think it's also a little bit softer on the ears, though. So it's like you win some, you lose some. A little bit more pressure on the ears with the Momentums. A little bit easier on the ears with the Beats, but they do warm up a little bit. So on-ear headphones in general aren't the most comfortable headphones in the world. So just keep that in mind. They're not really designed to wear like long-term like you would with something like the Bose QC35s or something that goes completely over the ear and cups over the ear and doesn't touch the ear at all. So on-ear headphones are what they are. They're not going to be, in generally speaking, they're not going to be quite as comfortable as over-ear headphones, or earbuds for that matter. I myself am more of an earbud, like an in-ear headphone kind of guy. Now, I know some people can't stand wearing those because they just don't like the feeling of anything being in their ear. I actually prefer those. But, I mean, for being on-ear headphones, they're actually not bad. And I would give the slight upper hand to the Beats in that category as far as overall comfort, although they do get a little warmer than the Sennheisers do. And oh yeah, both of these do fold for easy stowing away. So you can fold up the Sennheiser just like that, and much in a similar way, you can fold up the Beats, also fold like that. And they do come with carrying cases. I'll show you those real quick. If you want to see more in detail of the unboxing experience of these, I have an unboxing video up for both of these headphones. So watch these unboxing videos for each of these if you want more of an idea of what you get in the box. But both do come in a pretty nice box. They both come with a carrying case. They both come with, obviously, some documentation. They both come with a micro USB cable for charging. They both come with a inline 3.5mm auxiliary cable for listening wired. Okay, so let's start with the Sennheisers. They do come with, first of all, when you open up the box of the Sennheisers, you'll see that they're already inside of their case. This is the case for the Sennheisers. There's a zipper on it. Very soft, nice case. It's like a soft case, but it's got some rigidness to it. It's not a hard shell case, but it is a really nice velvety material with a Sennheiser logo up. All right, there. You open it up. It has a little pocket in here to keep your cable stowed away. There's the inline. This is actually the micro USB cable. It also comes with the 3.5mm cable. And one thing you get with the Sennheisers you don't get with the Beats, I actually forgot about this, you do get an airplane adapter. So you get that airplane adapter for listening in flight. But the Sennheisers don't actually sit in here directly. They're actually inside of a little velvet sack, which is inside of here. And that's like the velvet sack right here. So they come with this extra little layer of protection here, this little velvety bag thing. So that's kind of cool. So I gotta say, the Sennheisers win hands down as far as the case that they come with. The Beats come inside of this case. All right, it's a very soft, like you can like completely squish this up. It's like just like a really thin, like I want to say like a backpack material. Although the Sennheiser case is soft as well. It's much more durable than this one. This is, you can kind of like just squish it straight up like that. And also it's very small. Once you get the headphones are really jam-packed in here. Once you get them out of here, it's really hard to get them back in. You're almost afraid of smashing them to get them back in. So I would highly recommend, if you're going to travel a lot with the Beats, maybe go on Amazon and get yourself, I don't know, you can probably find like a $10 hard shell, good quality case to keep them in, because the case they come with is kind of not so great. I would hope that for what you're paying for the Beats, I hope they would definitely give you a nicer case. That's kind of disappointing. Anyway, it is what it is. Same kind of cables come with them. Charging micro USB and 3.5mm for wired listening. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. How do these guys sound? And I gotta be honest with you, being I'm a tech guy. I'm a nerd. I kind of always would make fun of Beats and, you know, the people that would buy them and how, you know, they're paying all that money for such garbage, you know, when you can get something like a pair of Bose or a pair of Sennheisers for, you know, the same price or less money. You know, you got to be crazy to buy Beats. Who would buy Beats? They sound like trash. But I never actually tried a pair, and I kind of realized that it wasn't fair to be trash talking Beats without actually trying them. Even still, I still expected the Momentums to kind of blow away the Beats in terms of sound quality, and I have to be 100% completely honest with you guys right now. Both of these headphones sound terrific. Okay? If there is a difference in sound quality between these, it is so minor that the average ears really can't tell. These are made by Sennheiser. These are made by Beats. Both of them have a very similar sound signature, very similar sound staging. They both sound good. I got to be completely honest with you. As much as I want to say the Beats suck, the Sennheiser blow them away, it's not true. The Beats just sound really good. And to be honest with you, I mean, I was listening to all different types of genres for music for hours with both of these headsets on. Every time I would say, well, you know what, the Sennheisers might actually sound a little bit better with the highs there and the acoustic instruments there. But then I would go and listen to that same part of the song again with the Beats, and I would say, well, you know what, no, because the Beats handle that well too. So it's so similar, guys. Maybe, just maybe, the Sennheisers like handle some high tones a teeny bit better, and maybe, just maybe, the Beats are a little bit cleaner with some bass. But to be honest with you, you would almost swear that the Sennheisers are still very bassy. They're still very bassy, and the Beats, of course, are very bassy, but both of these are bassy in a way that it's not so that it distorts the rest of the song. I think these both make for a very enjoyable listening experience. Some people say that Beats are good if you're only going to listen to rap and hip-hop and that kind of music. I mean, I do listen to that kind of music, but my favorite kind of music is probably like alternative, like primarily 90s, like rock and alternative is probably my favorite, most listened to kind of music. And I gotta say, listen to Incubus, listen to Foo Fighters, that kind of music, it sounds terrific on the Beats. It really does. The acoustic guitar sounds great. I was listening to a song that had harmonica in it, and I forgot which headphones I had on when I was listening to that song. And I was saying, oh my God, these Sennheisers, that harmonica is just singing in these. It sounds amazing. And then I realized, oh, wait a minute, I'm wearing the Beats right now. And they handle that beautifully. So I gotta be completely honest with you guys. These are both very similar sounding headphones. If anything, the Beats might have a slightly cleaner bass response. They both have a very punchy, very prominent bass response. So these are both bass-tuned headphones. So if you're like an audiophile and you're thinking, oh, Sennheiser, that's like audiophile stuff right there. You're going to get very 100% accurate sound. Not so much with these. These are bass-tuned headphones. They're not 100% natural sounding. So if you're looking for natural-sounding headphones that aren't biased toward any one frequency, look elsewhere for both of these. And that's one thing that people need to understand when they're especially talking about Beats and they're hating on Beats, saying about the bass. These headphones don't claim to be natural sounding. If you're looking for a more natural sound, look for Bose. Look for some other headphones. Look for like studio monitoring headphones that give you like that more flat, natural sound. If you want a more enjoyable sound that's going to kind of make you get up and dance and really get lost in the music, you're going to want something that's kind of like tuned with like a bias. And the bias in both of these headphones is the bass. These are both have a bass forward sound. I believe the product page on Amazon even claims that the Sennheiser Momentums have a bass forward sound. And everyone knows that the Beats obviously have a bass forward sound. Honestly, these are both great sounding headphones. They really are. Like I said, they both MSRP $50 more MSRP on the Momentums, $349 as opposed to $299. But like I said, at late 2016, I was able to grab both of these for right around $240. But to be honest with you, you're not going to hate either of these headphones. They sound terrific. And I was just blown away by how similar they sound. How similar they sound. Both of these have great bass, even the Sennheisers. Maybe a tad cleaner in the Beats, but I can't even. That would just be being nitpicky. I mean, I'm not an audiophile, guys. I'm not like I haven't listened to like, you know, every headphone there is to compare it to, but I have listened to Bose. I have listened to cheap like earbuds from the drugstore, and I can say that these are definitely both way better than cheap earbuds from the drugstore, and they definitely have a more exciting sound than Bose. I was actually really disappointed with the sound of Bose. It's clear, absolutely, but it's very, very flat, almost, and not quite loud enough. At least the Bose SoundLink 2s that I tried weren't very loud. It's almost like the Bose need to be plugged into an audio amplifier to add some more low mids and highs and adjust that and to increase the volume. It's almost like they need an audio amplifier, which they obviously aren't supposed to because they're Bluetooth. The SoundLink 2s are anyway. But I gotta say, both of these headphones, I think they actually both look nice. I think they're actually both fairly well built. I would give the upper hand, obviously, because of the metal and the aluminum to the Sennheisers. But I don't think the Beats are going to exactly fall apart anyway, as long as you take care of them. The looks, obviously, subjective. The Beats are kind of like an all more universal look. I mean, you can't really go wrong with just a black pair of headphones. They look sleek. They look good. I don't think they look stupid or horribly flashy. I know Beats are catered more towards millennials, and I know a lot of like younger kids, even like kids in middle school, like wearing Beats. I don't think you necessarily look like a stupid person if you're like older and wearing Beats. They still look, I mean, they're a pair of headphones. And if the gloss scares you can always go with a matte finished, and it looks even more subtle. Obviously, these, some people think they look very cool, very awesome, and retro and elegant. Other people would be caught dead wearing these. So they're a more subjective look. You're probably not going to wear these in the gym. I'm not sure I would recommend that. Whereas the Beats were kind of made to be able to wear in the gym and all over places. These are honestly both great headphones. I expected the Sennheisers to be 1,000 times better, and they're just not. They're just not, guys. But the question is, where do I have to give the upper hand? And I'll kind of lead into that by talking about how these connect wirelessly. So obviously both of these come with a 3.5 millimeter audio cable. You can connect either of these with a wire if you so chose to. But obviously you're paying the extra money for Bluetooth, so you're going to want to connect them with Bluetooth. Now, Sennheisers. There's just your standard Bluetooth connection, okay? Your standard Bluetooth connection, you press and hold the button on them, you pair them with it'll say pairing. And then you go to the Bluetooth menu on your device, you connect them, you find it from the menu, tap on the Momentums will pop up and you connect. So there's just your standard Bluetooth pairing. As far as the Bluetooth quality and the Bluetooth range, a little bit above average. I can go beyond 30 feet with these. It starts to break up a little bit, closer to like 40, 50 feet. But I could say you can go at least probably 60 feet with these. The range was, for whatever reason, better when connected to my iPhone as opposed to my MacBook. My MacBook is 5 years old. Maybe it just has some older Bluetooth codecs in there. But it's decent. But it's a more average Bluetooth experience. I did have a few hiccups, a little bugaboos, a little bit of static, a little bit of like skipping and popping every now and then with these So that's just something to keep in mind. It's more of your average Bluetooth experience. I will say that I had some weird things happen with these. I did have some difficulties getting these to pair to begin with. And I had a weird situation where I was listening to Spotify with these, and Spotify kept like pausing and playing by itself. It was just really weird. But I actually don't think that was the fault of the headphones. I think that was actually Spotify, because I had Spotify open on both my phone and my computer at the same time. I think that was just a weird glitch with Spotify. But I don't know. The Bluetooth on these, it's kind of average. I might even say a little bit below average. One thing I noticed with these I didn't like too much is when I would cover the ear cups with either of my hands, that would usually be enough to get them to start getting a little bit staticky. And that's something that I might not care out of a pair of, like, I don't know, $60 headphones, but a pair of almost $300 headphones, it kind of bothers me a little bit. So these are obviously very well built, rock solid headphones. The Bluetooth on these maybe isn't the best. I would have to give the grade, if I was grading the Bluetooth quality and connection on these, I would give them probably a B-. And that's what brings me to the Beats Solo 3s. The Bluetooth connection on these, without a doubt, is an A++, otherworldly. Okay, nothing else exists right now. A lot of people say that Bluetooth is kind of like a compromised technology. The Bluetooth, it has problems. You're gonna a little bit of degradation of sound quality. The connection's spotty. I gotta say, Apple's W1 chip. Apple's so proud of that W1 chip, and even me myself, I'm saying, well, what a gimmick, that W1 chip, W1. What does that even mean? I'm gonna tell you right now, that W1 chip is not a gimmick. Okay, that W1 chip is awesome. Okay, first of all, if you have an iOS device or an Apple device, the second you turn these on, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. They're going to pair right up. It'll pop right up on your screen. Beats Solo 3s. Click here to connect. They'll connect and they'll be paired and they'll stay paired. And once you do that, it'll be paired on all of your other Apple devices. After I did that on my MacBook, I didn't have to pair it on my MacBook. I just went to the panel at the top of the screen on my MacBook, clicked on the little Bluetooth icon. Beats Solo 3 was already in the list. I just selected them and clicked on it, and it paired right up. So absolutely, yeah, these don't. No fuss. Really simple connection. And once you are connected, I gotta say, the range on these is ridiculous. It goes beyond 30 feet, it goes beyond 60 feet, it goes beyond 90 feet, it goes beyond 100 feet. I don't even know. I think Apple advertises it like something like 400 feet, and that's absolutely... I've been able to put my phone in my basement, listen to music from my phone on these, go upstairs, go outside my house, through floors and brick walls and cement and metal doors, literally outside, and the connection doesn't even stutter. The Bluetooth connection on these with Apple's W1 chip is insane. It is absolutely insane. These momentums can't even come close. No Bluetooth device on the market could come close. Bluetooth 5.0. That's supposed to start to roll out this year in 2017, but I heard that it's probably not going to be really implemented in consumer electronics like headphones until 2018, so that's kind of disappointing. However, I will say that with Apple's W1 chip, that kind of technology is here today. It's here right now. It really is not a gimmick. It is unbelievable. It really is. I gotta just be honest with you. It's not just a gimmick. I've never had a pair of Bluetooth headphones or Bluetooth anything that had such a reliable connection and had such a good range. And yeah, they pair up very easily. I know that with NFC, if you have an Android phone and NFC with these guys, you can pair them very easily. But even still, you don't get that ridiculous range. You get a ridiculous range with the Beats. You get a ridiculous range of Bluetooth. Okay, it's not just about pairing, it's about the range and the quality of the connection. No stutters, no pops, no static, nothing. These were just stealth-like with their Bluetooth connection. Now, if you don't have an Apple device, they're obviously not going to pair super easily. But I don't know how the range will be affected. I don't know if you'll still get that amazing range. So I'll tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and do a test. I don't really have many Android devices. I do have, though, I have an Amazon Fire tablet, and I have a couple old Android smartphones that are just really low-end Android smartphones. I'm going to pause the video here. I'm going to be back in a minute here. I'm going to test pairing these Beats with an Android device and see if I get the same kind of performance out of the range of Bluetooth. All right, I just want to test that out for you guys. So just hold on a second. I'll be right back and let you know what I find when you're pairing these Beats with Android. Okay, so I tried the Beats connected to an Amazon Fire tablet, and yeah, even though it's not iOS, I still got very great range out of these. I can't tell you if it's exactly as good as with an iOS device. I wasn't able to leave my phone in my house and walk down the street because it was actually raining outside when I was trying to test this, and I didn't want to bring these outside in the rain. But I can tell you that if you have these, even connected to an Android device, and mine's like a really cheap Android device. An Amazon Fire tablet is like a $35 tablet I got on Black Friday, and it still had a really strong connection. Better than these. Better than these. These guys, I left my phone in my bedroom. I went into my kitchen. They started to crackle a little bit. Same thing with these. No crackling. So even with Android, or I guess Fire OS in my case, yeah, no problems. You're still going to get great range. I'll still able to go outside of my front porch with my phone in my house through walls and floors and bricks and concrete and a metal door, and they still maintain a connection. So absolutely amazing with that W1 chip. So which of these am I going to keep and which of these am I going to send back? It was a tough decision. I love the aesthetic of these. I love the build quality. And I love the Sennheiser name. With these guys, though, I gotta be 100% honest. The sound is, these sound so similar. The bass is just maybe a teeny bit tighter on these. Okay? And with the ease of use with my Apple devices and the fact that these ear cups are a great deal more comfortable than these ones, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I think I'm actually going to have to go with the Beats. I think the Beats Solo 3s are going to win this round. I can't believe this. I know my techie friends are going to give me a lot of hell for this. You passed up a pair of Sennheisers for the same price as a pair of Beats when you could have got a pair of Sennheisers. Yeah, I know. But I'm going to have to go with the Beats Solo 3s. Yeah, I mean, the build quality, I mean, they do have a 1-year warranty. And one huge advantage is being that these are Apple made. If anything goes wrong, if something goes wrong with these, you get a 2-year warranty with these, which is really nice. But if something goes wrong, you're going to have to ship them back to Sennheiser in the mail. You're going to have to deal with all that. You could probably have to pay for shipping and wait several weeks until you get a new pair. Okay, sorry, my phone that I was recording on, I ran out of space on my phone. But yeah, like I was saying, I mean, these Beats, say what you want about Beats. If you tried Beats 5 years ago and thought they were garbage, you really need to try them again, okay? Because they've really changed things in the last few years. These are really great sounding headphones, okay? They're really great sounding headphones. And what pushed it over the edge for me, like I said, is the ease of pairing. Like I said, the Sennheiser, these sound so similar to the Sennheiser. I expected the Sennheiser to blow the Beats away, but they don't. They sound so similar. If anything, like I said, I thought maybe these had a little bit more clarity in the high end, and audiophiles probably would agree. But I don't know. To me, these still sound very clear. The Beats still sound very clear in the high end. They are bass boosted, but these are too. These are too. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for flat, natural sounding headphones, neither of these are it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. These are both great sounding headphones. They sound so similar, but the fact that the Beats are, well, I mean, they are technically cheaper, but with the discounts on the the Sennheisers, they basically cost the same price. I think the Beats were still literally like $6 or $7 cheaper, but that's pretty negligible. They were both still around $240, so they're both still expensive. But yeah, I can't believe I'm doing this. I mean, the build quality and the Sennheisers definitely win in that regard. But the Beats, like I said, if something goes wrong, you get that 1-year warranty. There's an Apple store, you know, a lot of places you can take these, you don't have to ship them in if something goes wrong. So there is that peace of mind at least. I plan on being gentle with these. I'm barely ever, honestly, going to like fold these and readjust these. These are already adjusted to fit my head. I'm pretty much going to leave these on a stand, on a headphone stand, unfolded, and like they are right now. So I don't think I'm going to put extra wear and tear on them. These should last. I really hope they will. I'm going to try to be optimistic here, but I just, as much as I want to go with the Sennheisers, I don't know. And one other thing to keep in mind is, well, first of all, I didn't even mention battery life. You get good battery life on the Sennheisers, okay? 22 hours battery is what they advertise. The Beats, 40 hours battery. 40, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Thanks to that W1 chip, it gives you that great battery life. Yeah. I mean, yeah, and I believe it too. I believe it too. I can listen to these all day long, and maybe the percentage only drops by like 2%, whereas other headphones that are Bluetooth in that same amount of time would drop by like 15%. Yeah, these are crazy. These are crazy. I said it before, and I'll say it again. The Bluetooth headphone industry as a whole isn't quite there yet with the Bluetooth technology. But Apple, with these guys, the technology is here now, and it'll only get better from here. Okay, it'll only get better from here. It's really exciting. Like, I don't know what Bluetooth 5.0 becomes mainstream. I don't know how that's gonna affect everything. But right now, the W1 Bluetooth compared to normal Bluetooth, it's not even close. It's not even close. With these guys, you're the range, the connectivity, the reliability of the connectivity is just through the roof. Okay, so for $240, it's I mean, that's more than I should probably spend on headphones, regardless of what headphones they are. But I decided to bite the bullet and go with the Beats. Okay, the Sennheisers, I do like their aesthetic. Some people might hate their aesthetic, but I do like their aesthetic. It's nerdier, but I'm a nerd, so I like that. But yeah, definitely the Beats are more, I guess you can say, universal, like more understated. They're just a normal black pair of headphones. Like I said, I kind of like the matte black finish better, but I wasn't going to pay all that extra money just for, these were on sale, so I got the glossy black instead. Yeah, it's a tough one. I like the Sennheisers, but, and another thing to keep in mind, the Sennheisers, these came out in 2014, okay? These came out in 2014, whereas the Beats came out earlier, 2016. They came out, well, like late, they came out in the fall of 2016. The Solo 3s. So it is newer technology. So obviously the W1 chip, but the Sennheisers, they don't even have, I think the Bluetooth codec has actually been updated since 2014. Maybe I don't know for sure, but the Sennheisers might be only Bluetooth 4.0, whereas we're on what, like 4.1, 4.2 or something. So yeah, they are older, and for paying $240, you might as well get the one that's a little bit newer, and with that W1 chip, it is amazing. So I got to tell you, Beats, they're not garbage anymore. I thought they were, but I stand corrected. I honestly do. I'm a techie. I'm a nerd. I'm into. I know the downfalls of Apple. I know with Apple, you're gonna always pay that extra premium. You're gonna, these aren't quite worth. I think the MSRP of these things should be between $150 and $200. Okay, they should. But being that I did get them for a little bit of a discount, I mean, they're still overpriced, but I just like them too much to part with them. I just do. They're just a really enjoyable headphone. The ease of connectivity with my Apple devices, the reliability of connectivity, and like I said, even if you have Android, you still have to connect them in the more traditional way. You hold down the button and pair it and select it from the menu. But the reliability of the connection is still really good. Still better than normal Bluetooth. Like I said, I couldn't go crazy and test it to see if it's just as good as on iOS because it's raining outside. I didn't want to get them wet. But I could still go everywhere in my house with it connected to my Fire tablet. I could go outside through a metal door and cement walls. So yeah, that W1 chip is something else. So given $240 to spend on headphones. Oh, sorry about that. I had a little interruption. But yeah, like I was saying, given $240 to spend on headphones, this is tough. I can't believe I'm saying this, but as much as I love the aesthetic and the build quality and the Sennheiser name, you know, German engineering, I gotta go with the Beats. I just got to. They have that better technology inside them. Listen, if you don't really need Bluetooth, you could save yourself a lot of money. I wouldn't recommend the Bluetooth Sennheiser Momentums. Okay, I wouldn't recommend these because, like I said, the Bluetooth obviously has the W1. It obviously doesn't have W1, so it's not going to be as good. But even for just normal Bluetooth, it wasn't great. I was a little bit concerned by some of the weird bugaboos I had with these. It wasn't terrible, but, you know, all those, every once in a while the sound gets staticky or it just won't pair right. You know, those little annoyances can add up, and for their price range, honestly, I would say, I think that you'd have to look on Amazon, but if you go with the Sennheiser Momentum wired, the Sennheiser Momentum on-ear wired, I think you can get those for like something around $150. I know it's definitely under $200, which is a huge savings down from these, especially the MSRP of these. So if you love these headphones and are just obsessed with them, but you really don't need Bluetooth, I would say the Sennheiser Momentum on-ear wired headphones for like I said, I'm sorry, I don't remember the exact price. You have to look up on Amazon. I think it's like $150 or something like that. The wired is absolutely a go. Absolutely a go for the wired version of these. The wireless version, like I said, I would have to pick the Beats over these. Okay? But like I said, if you don't need wireless, you can go wired on any headphone, and you're automatically going to save probably, you know, for higher end headphones, $100 right off the bat if you don't need wireless. But if you want wireless, honestly, the only wireless headphones that are truly on par with wired headphones right now are these, the Beats Solo 3s. Okay? And like I said, maybe you want to hold off for now. If you can hold off for now, in a couple months, I think Apple's probably going to drop the Beats Studio 3s, which will also undoubtedly have the W1 chip in them. So those might be the hottest new headphones out there. Like I said, as time goes on, Apple might start to improve the build quality of these, make them less plasticky, and that coupled with the W1 chip, and I don't know, maybe pretty soon they're going to come out with the next gen W1 chip. Maybe they'll call it the W2 chip. I don't know. That's W2. That's kind of weird. That's like the tax form. I don't know what they'll call it, but no doubt they're going to stick with that chip, keep improving it, keep making new generations of it. I feel like right now Beats are pretty damn good headphones. I got to be honest with you. In a year, 2 years, I feel like they could be some of the best headphones on the market. And I feel like audiophiles could start taking them seriously. But I got to say, yeah, it can only get better with that W1 chip. It's just like, it's Bluetooth of the future today. It just is. Bluetooth 5.0, like I said, it's going to start rolling out this year, but from what I've heard, it's probably not going to be in a lot of headphones until 2018. But it's here right now. It's here right now with the Beats. I gotta say, Apple. Yeah, I know 2016 has been a disappointing year for Apple, especially from a techie's perspective. You know, what they're doing with their computers and just how ridiculously overpriced they are. But as much as I have a MacBook. It's a 5-year-old MacBook, but I love it. I have an iPhone 6 Plus. It's a love-hate relationship with MacBook. It really is. With Apple in general, it's a love-hate relationship. They do a lot of stupid, boneheaded things that make me cringe. But man, these headphones, and I want to hate them, but I can't. And I'm even recommending them over a pair of Sennheisers. Like, what is life right now? I can't believe I'm doing this. But they're just funner. They're more enjoyable. Like I said, the sound in both of these is great. And that's what's so surprising, is these are actually comparable to... I don't know what's more surprising, that a pair of Sennheisers is comparable to Beats, or a pair of Beats is comparable to Sennheisers. But not only are they comparable, they're pretty much exactly the same. And like I said, if anything, these might have a slightly cleaner bass response, which is ridiculous if you remember the old days of Beats and how like overwhelming and crappy the bass was. But I love the way these sound. I honestly do. I do wish the build quality was something other than plastic. But like I said, I really think I'm going to give these a shot. I'm going to send back the Sennheisers. I just don't think... I don't know. They're awesome, but the ease of use with these and the reliability of the Bluetooth connection is so much better than these. If you don't need Bluetooth, and you're just looking for a really good wired headphone, and you want on-ear, and you love the look of these, well, you're in luck, because the Sennheiser Momentum wired are a lot cheaper and just more worth it, in my opinion. I think that would be a great investment. If you love the look of these Momentums, get the wired version. If you truly don't need Bluetooth, get the wired version. You'll be happy. The Beats, on the other hand, I would say don't get the wired version. Get this version, the Solo 3s. And yeah, and if you're thinking, well, why can't I just get the Solo 2s because I'll save money? Honestly, the W1 chip is just what really makes it for me. I would recommend... I like the Solo 3s. I definitely think it's awesome technology. So you might hate Beats, and honestly, I never would have thought I would be caught dead buying a pair of Beats, let alone wearing them and using them and liking them. But and like I said, my other techie friends are going to give me hell for this, but I honestly like these. I honestly like these headphones to a point where I'm choosing them over a pair of Sennheisers, and I can't believe I'm doing that. Like I said, I hope they hold up. I hope I don't have any problems with them. But the peace of mind that I have with that is at least I know that I can simply take them to an Apple store as opposed to having them mail them in. So that is nice. So, two great headphones. Two great wireless Bluetooth on-ear headphones from Sennheiser and from Beats, which is owned by Apple now. But Apple has done some amazing thing with the Beats brand. If you haven't tried out Beats for a few years, you need to try them out again. They're different, right? They're way different than they were. They actually sound great, and it's only going to get better with the W1 chip and how that progresses. So I got to give it to Apple. I thought these would be crap. I thought the W1 chip would be a gimmick. Are they still overpriced? Yes, they're still overpriced. You can't get past that. All Apple products are. I mean, even before Beats were an Apple product, they were overpriced back then. But now it's just more fitting that they're overpriced because they're an Apple product. Still, you know, the build quality still worries me. They don't creak, like I said, when you move them. I don't think they're the cheapest plastic in the world, but they're still plastic. I wish they were more premium materials. Obviously, these are more premium materials. Like I said, these are like a tank. These could probably last 100 years. I don't know about these guys, but I'm gonna try to be optimistic here. I mean, I'm gonna use these. I'll put up a new video. Like if these break after 2 months and they turn out to be complete garbage, I'll let you know. But I don't think I have a good feeling about these. I mean, these are just good sounding. They're good sounding, not just for rap music, not just for EDM and hip hop. They're good sounding for acoustic music. They just sound good. That's all there is to it. These sound good as well, but like I said, I think the sound is actually, as far as bass goes, a little bit cleaner on the Beats. But like I said, you really have to strain though to even notice a difference. They're so similar sounding. So, the Beats, believe it or not, are the winners. I will keep the Beats. I will send back the Sennheisers. Definitely a solid pair of headphones. Either of these headphones, you're not going to be disappointed. Obviously, looks are subjective. You might think these are awesome looking. You might think these are hideous looking. You might think these are awesome and sleek looking. You might think, never in a million years would I wear something that's glossy black plastic. Once again, subjective. These are probably better for wearing in the gym. These, I don't think you're going to be wearing these in the gym without getting a few weird glances. But yeah, battery life, ease of connectivity. As a techie, I just had to pick the Beats because they just have the better tech. They just have the better tech. All right, so the Beats Solo 3s, I would recommend them. I would recommend them. Like I said, I'll update you with another video if something goes majorly wrong with them. But as of January, early January 2017, I'm liking the Beats Solo 3s, and I am very optimistic for the future for them. I feel like, yeah, going forward, the Beats can be some amazing headphones if Apple improves the build quality a little bit more, and keeps evolving the W1 chip. Maybe, and especially once Bluetooth 5.0 does go mainstream, once they use that in conjunction with the W1 chip, Beats are gonna be the brand, the brand to beat. Pardon my pun, as far as headphones go. So yeah, I was definitely surprised, but you gotta stop hating on Beats because they're actually good now. Believe me, they're actually good. Alright, so I hope this video was helpful. Once again, if you want a little bit more information about the unboxing experience, go ahead and check out the unboxing videos for both of these headphones. But they're great headphones. They're expensive headphones. They're both overpriced, honestly. But if you got the money, maybe you got some extra money, Best Buy gift card or whatever, and you could spend it on a nice pair of wireless headphones, I would recommend the Beats.